Sheikh Gumi has just said that the federal government knows all these terrorists by their names, and he does not go alone to negotiate. He goes with the police, the military, and other security agencies. What do you think about this? Because the federal government...
I've spoken about Sheikh Gumi before, and if you remember exactly what I said, that he's not a foolish man as people think he is. He's actually a smart person. He might be smart for different reasons, and he might be egregious in his ways. And I just told you what I always known. He's not telling you anything new. All these terrorists are in bed with people in government.
The international stage has always served as a ruthless mirror for politicians who have grown a bit too comfortable playing by local rules. And nothing has proven this fact more spectacularly than the recent television disaster that has completely consumed the Nigerian political space this March 2026. Picture the scenario for a moment. You are a high-ranking government official, Daniel Bwala, the spokesperson for the president. You walk into a globally recognized news studio for Al Jazeera's Head program, sitting under the bright lights of international television. You are prepared to deliver standard political talking points about the renewed hope agenda. But instead of a smooth diplomatic exchange, you are suddenly confronted with your own harsh words from just a few years ago, pulled directly from the digital archives and used against you on live television by the famously relentless host, Mehdi Hassan. The atmosphere was supposed to be a standard, controlled conversation, an opportunity to sell the administration's vision to foreign investors. Instead, it instantly devolved into a spectacular display of what many are calling political amnesia. The host did absolutely no favors for his guest. He bypassed the comfortable questions about general governance and went straight for the jugular, bringing up the undeniable fact that Bwala, the man now defending the government, was, not too long ago, one of its most ferocious and unyielding critics. The host meticulously reminded him of the days when he was a vocal defender of the opposition, loudly condemning the exact same ruling party he now represents. Watching the interview, you could almost feel the temperature in the room drop as Bwala was systematically backed into a corner by the weight of his own historical statements. Rather than taking ownership of his political shift, he chose a path that shocked everyone. He attempted to deny his own words. On international television, with high-definition cameras rolling, he practically claimed it was a case of mistaken identity, insisting he never said things that exist in permanent print and video all over the internet. The reaction back home in Nigeria was instantaneous and explosive. Social media platforms erupted as citizens pulled up old videos and tweets where he had viciously criticized the very president he now serves. The defense that followed only added more fuel to the fire. Bwala released a statement claiming the interview was a public ambush and that the network acted unethically by not warning him that his past remarks would be a topic of discussion. He argued that he had prepared to discuss security, the economy, and corruption, not his personal political history. But this defense did not land well with a public that is already cynical and exhausted by the antics of the political class. This is exactly where the fierce, uncompromising activist Omoyele Sowore entered the conversation with his usual unfiltered perspective. Sowore did not miss the opportunity to dissect the episode, pointing out the chronic lack of genuine ideology in the Nigerian political landscape. He noted how individuals fiercely attack a system when they are outside of it, only to defend its worst flaws the moment they are invited to the dining table. By the way, if you are finding this deep dive into our complex political reality eye-opening, please take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to the channel right now. We work hard to bring you these massive deep dives without any censorship, and your support helps us keep the truth alive. So please hit that subscribe button and join our community today. Sowore's commentary took an even deeper turn when he connected Bwala's television disaster to the recent unsettling confessions made by the prominent Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi. Gumi has always been a lightning rod for controversy, known for his unconventional approach to the security crisis. Recently, Gumi has been quite vocal about the true, unvarnished nature of the country's security architecture, hinting at the lucrative political economy driving the violence. In a surprising turn of events, Sowore, a man who operates from a completely different ideological universe than Gumi, publicly validated the core message of the cleric. Sowore explicitly stated that Gumi is not lying about the sheer level of deceit and systemic failure within the establishment. By placing Bwala's fumbling denials right next to Gumi's brutal confessions, Sowore painted a vivid picture of a country trapped between polished officials who lie to the world and controversial insiders who occasionally spill the terrifying truth about how broken the system really is. This incident matters far beyond just being a viral internet moment. When a spokesperson tasked with managing the global image of a nation is exposed in such a dramatic fashion, it damages the credibility of the entire country. It sends a message to international investors and diplomats that the people speaking for the leadership cannot be trusted to stand by their own words. It creates an atmosphere of deep mistrust. How can the world believe the new economic data or security updates when the person delivering them is willing to deny his own well-documented history? This embarrassment has sparked a nationwide debate about the culture of political appointments. For decades, the strategy has been to silence critics by giving them lucrative government positions. But this backfires when those individuals are placed in front of independent international journalists who have no local political loyalties and are armed with exhaustive research. The disastrous Al Jazeera interview was not just a personal embarrassment for one man. It was a devastating critique of a political culture that rewards loyalty over competence. The contrast with Sheikh Gumi's situation makes the narrative even more compelling. Gumi, despite facing backlash for his stances, has maintained a consistent narrative about the root causes of instability. When he speaks about marginalization and hidden hands manipulating the security crisis, it strikes a chord because it aligns with the lived reality of millions of citizens. Sowore's assertion that Gumi is telling the truth is a damning indictment of the official government narrative. It suggests that while officials are busy spinning webs of deceit, the uncomfortable truth is only being spoken by radicals and activists. As we look toward the future, this episode serves as a massive wake-up call. The modern digital age has permanently erased the luxury of political amnesia. Every tweet and every television appearance is now archived and ready to be brought back at a moment's notice. Politicians can no longer reinvent themselves without answering for their past actions. The global media landscape is too interconnected, and the younger generation is too savvy to let things slide. The public outrage is a collective expression of exhaustion from a populace tired of being taken for granted. They are demanding a higher standard of leadership, individuals with the integrity to stand by their convictions or the humility to admit when they were wrong. Whether this will fundamentally change the system remains to be seen, but the pressure on the political establishment is only going to increase. The citizens are watching, the international community is asking tougher questions, and the days of easy political lies are rapidly coming to an end.